What's going on, everybody? So I recently took a trip over to Germany, and I just wanted to share my experience in this 4-part series. I know you'll enjoy it. This first part is a Q&A going through my whole route, my whole preparation, everything I did to get there, and my experience while I was there. So y'all check it out. Let's start from the beginning. So of course, I had to get me a good workout in. I got Courtney with me. The thing that you want to remember is you do not want to hit a hard workout right before you go. You don't want to hit a super intense workout before you take a 9-hour flight. Because by the time you get there, you're already going to feel like you got beat with a baseball bat already. So you don't want to do something that's too taxing on the body before you leave. The good thing is the couple of weeks before this workout, I hit some good hard workouts and I made sure I was ready for a long 2-week trip in another country. So I hit a little bit of everything, hit some squats, hit some deadlifts, did some benching, and then we went on to some machine work. Like I said, we didn't want to hit it too hard, but we did want to get a good workout, get the blood flowing, and get a good pump in. Then we moved to some curls, and then we moved on to some assisted pull-ups. What we didn't record on this is some tricep work that we did on some cables right afterwards, but you get the idea. Just an all-around good workout, hit some abs as well, and we're good to go. All right, let's take a trip down to Atlanta. I'll see y'all when I get there. So here's the room, a little bathroom right here. The toilets, most of them have 2 buttons. One is a low water flush and the other one is more water flush, I guess you would say. So our toilets hold 2-3 gallons of water or something like that. And in their toilets, the water level you'll notice is very low. So it has good suction on it. So everything still works, but you don't use as much water as you would with an American toilet. I never knew what those 2 buttons were for. So I was just using 1 button the whole time. But apparently one of them is for number 1 and the other one is for number 2. It's a heater for your towels. So if I turn this knob down here, turn it all the way up to high, then by the time I get out of the shower, all of my towels will be good and hot. Got a little mirror. Got me a little bed. It's not too much, but it's just what I need. Look, big old closet. I don't think I had that many clothes at all. Oh, look at that. I'm I'm finally here at Victor's Residence Hotel. It's actually right around the corner from the mother plant of the company that I work for. So I am here for training. I will do some activities in between, but I'm here for training, and I'm just privileged to be able to come over here for that purpose. It took about 2.5 hours to drive here from the airport. It was a little bit more traffic than I wanted it to be, so it was a little bit difficult of a drive, especially while I was tired from the flight and from not really getting much sleep. Once I got here, then I just went ahead and crashed on the bed and I slept for a few hours. Now I think I'm good to go. I answered some emails a little while earlier, and now I'm ready to go out for the second thing, which is something to eat, man. I don't know what happened to my snacks. I must have ate them all, but I'm extremely hungry and I'm going out to get some doner kebab, a very good Turkish-based dish. And I also got in contact with some of my friends over here and also let everybody know back home that I was here safe. So my friends here will take care of me. They've always done so every time I've came over here. So I don't have any doubt that they won't do the same when I'm here now. I am about 6 hours ahead of US time, so I always have to be mindful of who I'm talking to at what time of the day. Of course, I rang back home to the wife and made sure everything was okay, but it is very cold, dark, and wet outside. It's supposed to be some snow as well this week, so we'll see if that happens. I got this wagon. I'm gonna have to talk to the administrative assistant about this, but I got this long wagon, and I know I didn't ask for no long wagon, man, but I mean, it's very nice on the inside, but I would have rather had something a little bit shorter so I can maneuver around a little bit better around the streets of Saarbrücken. And the flight wasn't bad at all. I went to sleep for a little while and it just seemed like 6 hours just passed just like that. It was a total of 9 hours. But I watched a couple of movies and then slept in between. And it just didn't seem like it was 9 hours. And it was one time, one of the flight attendants just started running to the back. Now you know good and well, you don't start running on no plane or everybody goes into panic. They were bringing out drinks. They put the drinks up. So I know it had to be something wrong, and then they just all start running to the back. The worst thing you can do on a plane is to start running and not telling everybody what's going on. Everybody's heart was just pounding out of their chest and everybody was looking back and looking concerned. Whatever it was, they took care of it. So I'm just glad that it wasn't anything serious going on as far as everybody else on the plane goes. Plane ride was smooth for the most part. We hit some turbulence at some point and I almost spilled my wine, but the food was good and the service was very good. Now, time to get something to eat. What they do is hang the meat vertically, just like shawarma or any other type of dish like that, and they just cut the meat down the side and then put it into a pita with some other fixings. But yeah, it's pretty good. Look at that. Ooh. And then I got me some Wasser. Usually the common water here is seltzer water or sodium water, whatever you want to call it. So you always have to be specific about what kind of water you want. It's really amazing how many times I get Larry Fitzgerald comments when I go somewhere. I don't get them any more than I do at the airport. Everybody walks up to me, hey man, you know you look like, and I be like, Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald, if you're looking at this, I just don't want to go out on the field. But if you need somebody that look like you at any point, let me know, man. I'm here. Another thing that people ask me, how is it driving on the other side of the road? Man, if y'all don't shut up, man. In Germany, they drive on the same side of the road as we do in the US. The most common places for driving on the other side of the road is probably India and the UK. But here in Germany, they drive on the same side of the road as we do. Signs may be a lot different, but you can definitely understand them. The ways in which the traffic flows is a little bit different as well. You have different unwritten, or I don't know if they are written or not, but they have different rules that you do go by. Like in the US, you can just be in the left lane all you want to. But here, you can't be drifting in the left lane like that. Like, it's pretty much understood that if you're in the left lane, then you're passing somebody or you're going at a way faster speed than the people in the right lane. If you're not passing, then go ahead and get back in the right lane. It's as simple as that. Another thing, you don't turn right on red. I learned that the hard way one time when I was here. Another thing is the parking. If you don't have a small car, then you're gonna have a hard time finding a parking space. Like, all the parking spaces here are pretty close together. Look at this. Look how close I am. Let me squeeze through here. Ooh, boy. You better be careful around here. See, this is how close I am to everything else. The car is telling me this is not where you want to be. Here in this country, I probably wouldn't get very far. because my size of SUV just doesn't exist here. The Autobahn. Now the Autobahn has some kind of mysticism behind it. It's like, oh, you can get on the road and just go as fast as you can. Oh, the Autobahn. But really it's just a series of government controlled highways. You can go from no speed limit to 120 kilometers per hour to 100 kilometers per hour and then to 80 kilometers per hour, all within one small little strip. You just got to be careful. You only get one sign. They ain't gonna put repeated signs throughout the highway telling you, hey, 100 kilometers per hour or something like that. No, you better be paying attention. You get that one sign until it changes back again. And if you get that sign that says no speed limit and then you've been driving the speed limit the whole time, then you might be mad. It's fun, but at the same time, when everybody got a car that's faster than you, then it's not as much fun as you would think it would be, because you gotta stay your butt in the right lane while everybody else passing you in the left lane. And I thought I had a fast car. I'm putting the pedal down to the floor, going about 183 kilometers per hour. I'm still not getting anywhere. Everybody's still going faster than me. For y'all that say it's dangerous, from my experience, I didn't see any accidents at all. Like that's like in the past 3 visits. So if you're saying that that's too dangerous, I need to see some kind of evidence or something, because that's just not true in my eyes. Do I speak German? Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, but not much at all. The good thing is, if they're like 35, 36 or under, then they're pretty fluent in English. You won't have any troubles getting around if you ever do come here and you don't know how to speak German. English is like almost like a universal language. Jet lag. Whether I, feel a lot of it or I have to rest a lot afterwards. I get jet lag, but if I'm coming to Germany, I allow myself like maybe 1 day to rest, but after that day, I don't have time to have no jet lag, man. I gotta go out and see what's going on out there and, really experience the German life. I don't want to sit here and rest all day in the hotel or spend a lot of time in the hotel. There's really nothing in this little room. I want to go out, experience the people, experience the lifestyle. See, this is what I'm talking about. You think you would pull this door, right? You pull this door and it come open. But no, you push it. And that's the way all the doors are here. I didn't think I would be as shocked as I was about the cold. It's some kind of cold out here, man. So it's supposed to be even colder this weekend. We'll see how that goes for me. I need some gloves or something. My coat is fine. My body isn't really getting cold. It's just my hands going numb. I gotta do something about that. I woke up this morning and whoop, it's snowing. My car. The first time that I came to stay here, I tried to stay at a hotel called the Crystal Hotel. They put me up on the top floor, and if you don't know, the lights here, when you walk down the hall, the lights are motion sensors, so they start flickering on and off. And it's just like this movie called Hostel. So if you haven't been to Germany before, or any of these countries that do that with the light efficiency, you would think it's something out of a horror movie. In Hostel, that's all you saw, and that was a scary movie. So I come here, and I go up to the top floor, and it's just all dark going down the hall, and there's this glass door at the end of the hall, and I can't see beyond that glass door, so it's black behind the glass door. And then when I start walking down the hall, then the lights start flickering on. But then as I walk down the hall and I look at the glass door is still black. That was already creepy enough. I get inside the room and everything. It looks like somebody had been kind of just living in my room a little bit. And I was like, maybe that's just me. I had jet lag, so I crash. I'm asleep on the bed. I wake up and it's like I don't know where I am or how I got there. It's these kids out speaking another language down in the courtyard, and I got the window open, and I just wake up. I'm like, what is that? Shut up! So that was just a little funny situation that happened anyway. So I came back after going out to try to get something to eat, and it was like some cigarettes in the trash can, and the towels in my bathroom was like wrinkled up. So I was just like, man, I don't know about this place, because I was the only one on that floor. I didn't like that too much. So when I went out to get something to eat that night, I came back, the door was locked to the hotel. So I'm like, maybe they don't want people coming in the middle of the night or something like that. So I started knocking on the door, nobody came. Tried to use my key, doors didn't open. I go around the hotel in these creepy alleys, and I find the courtyard, and it's these two employees just sitting in the courtyard. And so I started, you know, rambling off a little bit. I know they probably couldn't understand what I was saying anyway. Finally got their attention, and they came and let me in. I'm just like, okay, this is my last night here. The next morning I went to work looking for hotels all day, and I found Victor's residence right around the corner. So now I'm here in Friedrichshafen. You know what about that word? I done seen so many people butcher the word Friedrichshafen at my company. It's ridiculous. I guess it's the country accent that kind of throws people off. At least try to pronounce the word correctly. I don't pronounce it correctly. I think I come pretty close. Friedrichshafen. Alright, I've heard people say Friedrichshafen. I got this call from Friedrichshafen the other day. Don't butcher people's words. At least try to pronounce the word correctly. So I got some yogurt from the store, right? I go downstairs and I ask one of the servers, may I have a plastic spoon? He looked at me like I disrespected him. And he said, no, but I have a steel spoon. And I was like, okay, I guess I'd take that too. I just want to take the plastic spoon so that I could throw it away, you know, after I finished with it. Then I started to think when I was heading up the elevator, I said, you know what? I haven't seen one piece of plasticware since I've been here. And that's when I realized that, you know, they have to be a little bit more conservative around here. That's another difference between here and the United States, is that everything is a little bit smaller and they're more conservative and a little bit more efficient with their energy. Certainly because they have a smaller space to deal with, that's just the most logical thing to do. And this is the best way to work with what they have. So they pay a little bit more attention to the environment. We went out to this nice restaurant. One thing I like about the restaurants here, they're a little bit more homey, I guess you would say. They're cozy, they're very welcoming, and they're not, you know, very large and commercial. So food was good. I got some schnitzel with some kind of salad and jelly and stuff going on in there, and some potatoes. Potatoes was probably the best part of the whole meal, but everything else was great as well. And one funny thing, a lot of the country restaurants here, when you go in, you can sit with somebody else that you don't even know. So we go in and they were like, do you want to sit here with these two ladies? Or do you want to sit, you know, at a table in the back? And I was like, I don't know. I want to sit with these two old ladies. They might not want us to sit with them. And so Daniel was like, yeah, we can sit here. Come on, let's sit here. And I'm sitting here like, man, I don't know. But we went ahead and sat down, and the old ladies didn't have no problem with it. So I guess that was just a common thing in those type of restaurants. It was nice just to sit down and chop it up with Daniel. And the last thing, some people ask me about how many black people over there. Well, I'm here to tell you that I'm probably the only African American here right now. No, really, I haven't seen any other African Americans. I have seen a handful of Africans. The thing is, of course, everybody over here, they look at me like, what he doing here? Like, not in a bad way. I see a lot of looks and a lot of stares are from curiosity, like, dang, you see that black dude right there? And they won't look away neither. I look at them, they'll still be looking at me like, are you really here? Yo, are you really here? I don't really mind people looking at me. I've never really been heartbroken about it or ever gotten any kind of attitude about people looking at me. I don't care about that kind of stuff. If they're curious, they're curious. If they don't like me, they don't like me. It don't matter to me. I'm still gonna be able to do what I need to do, so that's not gonna stop me from being who I am. So I don't mind people looking at me at all. If they're curious enough, they'll ask a question or whatever. And I just take it with stride and just keep on going. I mean, what else are you gonna really do? You got a lot more stuff to go through in life than just people looking at you. I really don't mind it. And those are the handful of black people here, is the Northern African or people from Africa. Even they look at me like, who is that guy? When I see another African guy, I feel like some kind of brotherhood feeling or something like that. No, they looking at me the same way the German people looking at me like, you sir, what are you doing here? But they are friendly when I do talk to them or I shake their hand or whatever. This Nigerian guy, he was very helpful to me and showed me a couple of ways to go when I left the mountain. So he was pretty cool. That's what my experience has been so far.